Today, I'm in a part of the country where property is so sought after that one wealthy American wanted to buy this row of cottages, dismantle them brick by brick and take them back to the States. I'm just hoping that today's buyers aren't quite so ambitious with their dreams of an escape to the country. On today's show, we're helping a pair of long-distance lovebirds buy their very first home together. There'll be plenty of passion.
It's the best kitchen I've ever stood in.
Really?
Yes, definitely. Unless in a previous life I've done it, but I can't remember.
And it might get sentimental.
It reminds me of my gran so much, which is a wee lump in your throat because it throws back all these great memories.
But which of our houses will they have the hots for?
Gorgeous, gorgeous place. I am completely sold.
Today I'm in the Cotswolds, and it was Henry Ford, the father of the motor car, who wanted to take these cottages back to Michigan in the 1930s to rebuild them brick by brick in his very own theme park. Well, the local residents weren't too happy with that and put up such a protest that he was forced to abandon his plans. And fortunately for us, that means that these cottages are still here today. Undeniably scenic and quintessentially English, the gentle hills and picture postcard villages make the Cotswolds one of the country's most popular spots. Taking in 7 county districts and stretching for 790 square miles, it's the largest area of outstanding natural beauty in England and Wales. And you don't get much more rural than this. 80% of it is farmland. Farming has always been big business here. Most of the golden, honey-hued limestone towns and villages, so beloved by locals and tourists, were built on the proceeds of fleeces during the booming medieval wool trade. With over 3,000 miles of footpaths to explore, including the 100-mile Cotswold Way, which stretches from Chipping Campden in the north to Bath in the south, it's easy to escape out into the country. And you'd be following in some pretty famous footsteps, as A-list celebs can't get enough of the place. William Morris, the leader of the arts and crafts movement, was a big fan of the Cotswolds, and it's not hard to see why. But as you can imagine, in a region renowned for its aesthetics, property doesn't come cheap. The average detached house here comes in at about 40% more than the national average. But if you can afford it, there are some luxurious properties on offer in the Cotswolds. Big spenders should check out this stunning barn conversion in the hamlet of West End, South Gloucestershire. A mix of authentic rustic features and modern living spaces, it comes with 5 bedrooms and a self-contained 3-bedroom cottage. You get a lot of bricks for your buck at £1.375 million. If you want a barn for nearly half that price, £750,000 will buy this lovely conversion near Naunton. You won't be scrimping on space with 3 reception rooms and 3 bedrooms, and you really can't put a price on those views. If it's a typical Cotswolds cottage you're after, how about this cosy little number next to the duck pond in sought-after Chippenham? It's crammed with character and comes with 2 bedrooms. On the market at £425,000, you won't need to be quackers to buy it. When a house is built from beautiful Cotswold stone, it's hard not to be seduced by it. So who are today's couple who are looking for their very own slice of chocolate box heaven? Let's meet them. They say absence makes the heart grow fonder, but for our buyers, 500 miles is becoming too much to bear. Scottish entrepreneur Neil is based just outside Aberdeen, whilst telecom manager Rachel is all the way down south in Didcot, Oxfordshire. 1 year into their relationship, they've decided it's time to bridge the gap.
We discussed this at length and we decided, the only way forward for us to be together was, to find somewhere that we mutually agreed would be right, and an area that we both feel that we would enjoy. This house in this area is not for me anymore, and it's time to move on, and I want to be with Rachel, and we want to enjoy our lives together, and Cotswolds, hopefully here we come.
Neil's lived in this large 5-bedroom house for 6 years, and he shares it with 2 glamorous females, Brooke and Lily, his bloodhounds. Rachel bought her 3-bed semi in Didcot in 1996, and she lives with her cat. They'll all be making the big move, but why the Cotswolds?
When Neil came down to see me in Oxford, I took him to the Cotswolds and he absolutely fell in love with the place. He thought it was so beautiful. So I was very surprised, but he's happy to move all that, all this way down to the Cotswolds rather than stay up here. But that's why we want to move predominantly, to be together.
What a romantic, sacrificing his Scottish roots for love. However, as his own boss, it is easier for Neil to relocate than Rachel, who will still need to commute to her job in Swindon. So what exactly are they looking for in their very first house together?
Our must-haves in our new property would be a large dining kitchen with a range, 3 bedrooms minimum, a good-sized garden, obviously character features, beams, etc. Ingle-nook fireplace, of course, large garage.
Yeah, utility area, so we can somewhere for the dogs to come in and out of the garden. Village location, or about a mile away from a village, so walking distance to a pub and a shop. But mostly the character of the property, really.
Good sized garden, minimum ½ acre to 1 acre. I think we're.
Yeah, I think those things. If we get those things, we'll be happy.
More than delighted.
Well, that's a sizable list, so I'm almost scared to ask. Is there anything from their current homes they'd like to copy in the country?
This is my garage, which is important to me. Also, I have a few cars and 1 or 2 bikes, so something this size would be ideal. Larger, yes, that would be even better, but smaller, no way.
Right, well, this is Neil's kitchen, and I really do love this kitchen, but I think in the new house I'd like it to be a bit bigger, but keeping the features, like he's got this lovely range and the Belfast sink and that. I do love this kitchen, but a bit more space, a bit more character, that would be what I'd like.
That's the dream house, but what do they want from their new locale?
It'd be good to get involved in local activities, meet locals. We'd certainly keep the local pub going, wouldn't we? Hopefully feel like we're part of the community, really.
The whole idea of moving to these communities is to be involved and get involved and help, support and work with, And it puts value, one, on your life, it'll put value on your property. Great to get involved. You have to get involved, you don't have a choice.
Both Neil and Rachel will be selling up. So to give them an idea of how much they'll have to spend on their new home, we invited a local agent to value Neil's house.
It's a modern 4 or 5 bedroom detached property in Stonehaven. It's in a good area, it's a good sized property, finished to a high standard. Current value £450,000.
On top of that, they'll have the proceeds from the sale of Rachel's house. So what's the final figure for the Cotswolds?
Our budget for the new property would be between 650,000 to a maximum of 700,000. Absolute maximum.
So today we're looking for a detached property that's got to be a commutable distance from Swindon. We need a garage to keep Neil happy with his cars and a splendid kitchen for Rachel. And all of that has to be wrapped up in some Cotswold charm.
To stick to Rachel's ideal 40-minute drive to work, we'll be focusing the search in the south of the region around Cirencester. We've lined up some gorgeous Cotswolds properties to view, but as always, I'll be staying tight-lipped on their prices until the end of the tours. And then, just to mix things up, we'll take them to a mystery house. But will it be the room with a view for them?
Welcome to the very charming Cotswolds. Great choice. Round the corner for you, but 500 miles?
It's a fair distance, yeah. But yeah, it's worth it. It's a stunning, stunning area.
And it's not just this beautiful area that's brought you down here. There's more to this story.
We're engaged now, and the sooner we find something, the quicker we can get married. So, and we'd like to do that this year. So.
Yeah, with good luck. Well, all seems to be going well so far. But have you ever bought a house together before?
No, we haven't. We've lived separately, 500 miles, as you pointed out, apart since we've known each other. So this will be the first time we're actually trying to find a house that we can live in together.
Certainly got a not bad budget. How much have we got?
650, 700.
Yeah, 700 maximum, yeah.
And that's not to sniff at, that's a decent amount of money. Well, I don't think your expectations are too wild. We want to get you something beautiful. You have a decent amount to play with. The weather's picking up, and I think that means it's time to start looking for your dream house. Let's go.
With a wedding now on the agenda, we need to find that dream home and fast. £700,000 should be enough for what they're after. A detached character property with a minimum of 3 bedrooms, a country kitchen for Rachel, and a massive garage for Neil's cars. They'd love to be in a typical Cotswold village with a pub and local store, but don't mind being up to a mile away. Finding half an acre on that budget could be tricky, so let's hope the dogs are open to compromise.
The dogs are going to keep you busy. What else is going to keep you busy?
I'd like to set up like a tea rooms or something. I've had a dream to do that in the countryside or somewhere, a nice little village where you can set up a tea rooms, people can stop and have a nice cake and a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and have a chat. And if I could do that in the Cotswolds, that would be gorgeous.
Well, maybe our first property will be just their cup of tea. We're heading into Gloucestershire to the village of King Stanley. It is 30 miles from Rachel's job in Swindon, about a 45-minute drive. It's pushing her commute time just a tad, but I do think the location will more than make up for it. A stone's throw from the Cotswold Way, great dog walking territory, old barns and golden stone houses abound. For its small size, King Stanley is also packing a long list of amenities. There's the all-important pub and village shop, and there's even a sports club.
Now, for this location, we've brought you up near the Cotswold Way. So you're getting into the quintessential Cotswolds. Although this isn't your typical cottage, is it?
No, it's a very nice looking house.
That is a nice looking property.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Beautiful.
Very, very stunning.
It looks great from the outside. Let's have a look inside.
Okay.
Believed to date back to the late 16th century, this Grade 2 listed property was formerly the Borough Courthouse. It's definitely guilty of character charm. But knowing the kitchen is all important to Rachel, that's where I'm going to start this cross-examination.
In we come.
Oh,
I think you're going to love this.
I do, definitely, immediately. This is so lovely. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's been done fantastic.
Yeah, it's the best kitchen I've ever stood in.
Really?
Yes, definitely. Unless in a previous life I've done it, but I can't remember.
You're definitely having a reaction to this room. Tell me about how it's making you feel.
It's making me feel like I want to live in this house.
Not that I need to sell it anymore to you, but just so you know, there's a utility room behind there as well, and a downstairs cloakroom. That's just the kitchen.
Yeah, I'll calm myself down.
Okay, breathe.
Yes. Okay.
Let's check out the next room.
Okay,
Thank you.
I think it's a unanimous verdict, but before signing on the dotted line, we'd better check out the rest of the house.
Oh, the aroma as you walk in this room.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Not disappointed at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of sort of gobsmacked. I don't know what to say actually, because we've come from a beautiful kitchen, like Rachel said. I come into this. This is like wow again.
Gorgeous, gorgeous place. I am completely sold.
Looks like we've got a case of checkbooks at the ready.
I think it's going to continue to charm you, this property.
I'm sure.
Now, around here is the front door. But through here, you get another living space.
Beautiful. Look at that fireplace. Oh, my word. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I can really picture this room as your tea shop. I can imagine you treating lots of guests coming in off the Cotswold Way through your little courtyard and enjoying a lovely little cake here.
You're conjuring up things in my head now, definitely.
So this could serve up a long-held dream. Let's hope the rest doesn't disappoint. It shouldn't, as there are 6 bedrooms in all, so plenty of scope for offices or snugs. On the first floor are 2 doubles, a family bathroom, and what's listed as the master ensuite, although it is currently used as a family room.
And there is plenty of space.
Gosh, yeah. It's huge. Oh, this is absolutely lovely.
Another great room.
Yeah, another great room. A little flat view out of the window. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
But we haven't finished yet, as on the next floor are 3 more bedrooms, so plenty of space for visitors.
Up on the final level, now this could equally be your master bedroom.
This is a lovely room as well. I love the high ceilings. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
So high up here, you can see the views out to the village.
Yeah, even better views higher up you are, yeah. No, it's a good-sized room, because I do love a big vaulted ceiling. I think it just adds so much character.
A good, solid feeling room
Yeah,
with a lot of
absolutely.
charm.
Yeah,
it is.
no, loads of it, yeah.
Again, another impressive room and a very impressive house.
Well, clearly the interior has passed judgment. Now to the outside space. There's by no means half an acre, however, it's a decent plot. But will it be enough for those big bloodhounds?
Now out here for you, Neil. You've got a little vegetable patch and
Very nice.
a double garage.
Just for
And
the
of
dog.
course, down here, your garden. What do you think about this size garden?
It's manageable, it's nice, you know?
So, Rachel,
Come on then.
give me a number.
Oh, well, I just think it's so gorgeous and so lovely that it can't be cheap. Not even, it's got to be right at the top of the budget, if not over budget. So I would say 710.
Okay.
I'll go slightly under, I'll go 670.
You made the better guess, Rachel. You're spot on. This is on the market at £710,000, so a little bit over your budget.
Yeah.
A seriously nice property, and it deserves some serious consideration, doesn't it?
I would think so, yeah.
So go and have a think about it.
Okay.
I'll catch you later on.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
With a price tag of £710,000, this is £10,000 over budget, but it's been on the market for a few months, so there should be a little room for negotiation. And it's a massive amount of property. With 2 reception rooms and a high-spec kitchen, there's plenty of space to realise the tea shop dream. Plus, there are 6 bedrooms, and Neil gets his must-have double garage. Well, that's the evidence. How will they pass sentence?
It's just a beautiful room. I mean, you kind of dream of these things when we're kids, you know, and just absolutely stunning.
Do you think this house could be a bit too big for us, though?
I've got my drum kit. Now I've got the kids coming to stay, so that takes up another 2 rooms. Just so, you know, I've got to seriously think about
Yeah,
this, because it is
yeah.
such a stunning property. It would be daft not to consider this. It would be really stupid.
Definitely. I absolutely love this house. It's everything I think I could possibly want. So if we didn't see any more, I'd be happy after seeing this one, because it's just so lovely.
We'd have to think about how we'd use these rooms, if we can use them. That's the only downside of this property. But it's something we should discuss, because it is a seriously beautiful house.
I wonder what the judgment is. Made your minds up? The jury's probably still out, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, we've got plenty more to see, so don't make your minds up just yet.
Okay.
When it comes to chocolate box villages, the Cotswolds is unarguably the UK's reigning champ. From Stow-on-the-Wold to Bourton-on-the-Water, there's one around every corner. Earlier in the week, Neil and Rachel stopped off at the absurdly pretty medieval village of Broadway, where they met up with local resident Dottie Friedley for a whistle-stop tour.
Neil, Rachel, welcome to Broadway.
Thank you very much.
Once a busy stagecoach stop on the road from London to Worcester, for centuries Broadway was a wealthy commercial centre. However, the advent of rail in the late 1800s meant the village fell back into quiet rural obscurity. But left in its wake was an abundance of fine Tudor and Georgian buildings.
Now this is the Ligon Arms, very, very famous as an inn since 1532. During the Civil War, Charles I stayed here, and funnily enough, Oliver Cromwell as well. I hasten to add, not at the same time.
And they were not the only visitors. From Elgar to J.M. Barrie, Rossetti to William Morris, many creatives have been inspired by Broadway. In the 1880s, Farnham House on the village green and later Russell House became the hub for a bohemian group of American artists, including Frank Millet and John Singer Sargent, who very much needed his own escape to the country.
The reason he came to Broadway actually is because he was in a bit of a scandal, because he was in Paris, and he painted a rather sensuous lady, Madame X. I can't remember what her real name was, but anyway, she was known as Madame X, and it was a bit over the top for that period.
Good time, yeah.
Yeah, so he was disgraced. He left Paris and he lived here in this house. And in fact, Broadway this year has an arts festival commemorating John Singer Sargent's work, and we have got permission from the Tate Gallery to have his picture,
Take it
famous
there. So
picture,
will that be held?
out, and will be here in the exhibition in the village.
Okay.
So that's really quite exciting.
A frequent house guest was US author Henry James, who was inspired to write, "Broadway and much of the land about it are, in short, the perfection of the old English rural tradition." 100 years on, and that still rings true today, which makes it a firm favourite on the Cotswold tourist trail. However, it's not all tea shops and antiques.
I mean, one of the nicest things about the village is, although it's steeped in history, and it's not preserved in aspect like a lot of villages of this ilk are. It's living, it's thriving.
It's busy, so busy, there's so much going on.
It's full of clubs. It's got everything here that you could possibly want. Doctors, dentists, banks, post office, butcher. It has an enormous lot of things going on. You name it. You want to be amateur dramatics, you want to sing in the choir, you want to have a wine, interest in wine, there's a wine
The
club.
wine would be good, yeah.
As the sun sets over the beautiful Cotswolds, I think our first day of property hunting has been a success. Coming up, love is in the air.
This is beautiful. Absolutely
Very nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And will the mystery house be an affair to remember or a brief encounter?
I like it, definitely, but I'm not leaping up and down, or not that I've done that already, but you know, I was inside in other cases.
Well, the sun's come out, so things are looking brighter, although I think we got off to a pretty good start yesterday. They definitely liked what we showed them. But today, we need to get back to something a little bit more classic Cotswolds.
We're starting today's property search near the Gloucestershire-Oxfordshire border in the village of Kencott. At 16 miles to Swindon, it's a shorter commute for Rachel. And although it doesn't fall into the official Cotswold Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty, it's still a picture-perfect country escape. With just 100 people living here, it's peace and quiet personified. And it's a regular winner of Oxfordshire's best-kept village. For amenities, they can walk the dogs to neighbouring Filkins, just 1 mile away, which is stocked with must-have pub, post office, church and a thriving community-run shop. Our first house was supersized, so we're downsizing slightly with our next viewing, as we're looking at this 19th century cottage.
This is what we bring you today.
This is beautiful. Absolutely
Very nice.
beautiful.
Yeah, stunning.
When you had your dream, was this it?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's
very
just
close
about
to
there, I
it.
think.
Yes.
All right, well, it looks great from the outside, you're right, but let me set the scene a little bit for you. This is the original building. It dates back to about the 1800s. It was extended in the 70s, and that's given it a lot more space. But it is a cottage, so it's got the cottage dimension
Yeah.
still. Is that something you think you can live with?
we can
Definitely,
cope with that, I
yeah.
think.
That's very much what we want, actually, yeah.
Only one way to find out. Let's have a look
come on.
inside.
Great.
Hopefully the inside will live up to the dream. Decoratively, it might not be to their style, but that just means they can really put their own stamp on the place.
Right, in we come into your entrance hallway, and we've stepped into the extension.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
no, it's very nice. It's very nice.
You see a typical cottage, it's yeah, brilliant.
Well, let's see what you think when you look at this side of the property,
Okay.
which is the older
Okay.
part. You do step down, they've sunk on the floor, so you've got some extra height.
Very nice, very comfy, cosy, as you'd say. Yeah, lovely.
Very pretty, very pretty. I like nice low ceilings and with nice windows out into the beautiful, very beautiful garden. And of course, a lovely fireplace is always a nice thing to have.
Nice feature to have, yeah. It is
it's
nice.
beautiful.
What are you feeling about this overall cottage feel? It's very different to the other property you've seen.
It reminds me of my gran so much, which was a brilliant place to go and visit and live in, just a door to do. And it's just gives a wee lump in your throat because it throws back all these great memories. And, yeah, it's beautiful.
And so something that you could see yourself living in then?
Yeah, I could actually.
It's a thumbs up so far, and next door is an equally cosy dining room. However, the kitchen might not be quite what they had in mind.
Now, Rachel, I want your thoughts on this kitchen.
Well, it's got everything in it, but it's a good size. But I'd probably want to change it, yeah, to something that's more my taste. But it's certainly a nice room and a beautiful view out into the garden and this way as well. Lots of light, which is lovely.
You've also got a utility space through there, so it is that little bit bigger, and you're in the extension here, so this is the newer part, so
Right.
you've got scope to extend, I guess, even if you wanted to.
The size is perfect. It's great to work with, so you could do so much with this as well.
Okay, well, the downstairs is a winner. Let's have a look upstairs.
Okay.
Too many bedrooms won't be a problem with this house, as it has just 3 in all. On the first floor is the family bathroom, a guest room and the master.
Great size.
Very good size.
It's a good
excellent
size, definitely. Yeah, it's a nice room. I like all the 3 windows, lots of light again, looking out to beautiful gardens again.
You kind of get sun first thing in the morning, afternoon, last thing at night. Can't ask for any more, can you? I mean, you've got your lumps and the bumps in the ceiling, just all the, the walls are uneven, which is typical of this type
adds
of
the
property.
character.
So it's great, yeah. Potential's here.
Good. And the final bedroom is upstairs in the attic.
And so up here you've got the 3rd bedroom. I really like this room because there's some beams.
Yes, I like a beam.
Oh, yes.
It's a nice shape, and the room's not just, it's a quirky shape, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant.
If other rooms had this sort of thing in it, it would make them. It just changes the whole appearance of the room. I think to have a bit of wood and beams and sort of in there, it just makes the room look more country styly and.
Yeah.
I can see you've been taken by this room, kind of a little bit more animated about it.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking, sort of picturing this elsewhere in the house would completely change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think our little cottage is a big hit, and there's a lot more to see outside. In fact, it's almost 2 properties for the price of 1. As above the all-important garage is a self-contained guest suite, so plenty of space when Neil's children visit.
So this wall is obviously goes down to the workshop, but here you've got a good-sized bathroom, cute little kitchen,
Dinky kitchen.
and then a double bedroom.
Oh right, yes, there's a big bedroom.
Amazed.
Oh, surprise! Yeah,
Bit of a
surprise.
TARDIS, really, isn't it? A definite bonus.
Last but not least, let's check out the garden. Sadly, I haven't managed to conjure up half an acre, but it is very pretty and surrounds the house. So will it suffice?
I love this back garden as well. You've got a good space at the front and at the back here.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Enough space for the dogs?
Yeah, I think so.
They would. Yeah, I think it's enough for them to ruin. Run about in.
How much do you think it will cost to live in one of the best kept villages in the Cotswolds?
Well, when you put it like that, I think it's not going to be cheap. I think it's probably about 699,000-ish.
Right at the top of your budget.
I'm going to be slightly less, I think, because the house needs a bit of work. I think 675.
675. Well,
Yeah.
a little bit lower, but still quite near the top of your budget.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Hold on to each other. This house is on the market, only 2 weeks, at £595,000.
Bargain.
Blimey. Shock horror.
That's
Gosh,
cheap.
yeah, that's a lot less than I thought.
All right, a lot to take in, but
Yeah.
you'd have a lot of money left over to play with. So head back in and start measuring up and working out what you'd do.
Okay.
See you later
great.
on.
Thank
Okay.
you.
At just a snip under £600,000, this cottage is a whopping £100,000 under budget, so more than enough spare change to tackle any work. The kitchen is a good size and could easily be changed to suit Rachel's style. There are 2 cosy reception rooms and 3 bedrooms, and there's the added bonus of the guest suite above the garage. Neil is obviously taken with the place, but is Rachel quite so enamoured?
I think this house is a lovely house, very typical Cotswold property. So just what we were looking for, really, if we'd sort of tried to conjure up a picture in our heads. The village is so beautiful and the gardens are so beautiful. The one thing with this house is that it needs a lot doing to it. So we need to make our mark on it, which would be the biggest issue, I suppose. But then with the price of it, I think it's possible.
Just looking around this place, around the village itself, it's immaculate, it's stunning. It'd be a privilege to live here.
This really is a picture postcard village. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice place for you to live.
It is.
If, of course, it's the one for you. But we've still got the mystery house to see. Let's keep moving.
Okay, let's go.
Whichever Cotswold village Rachel and Neil end up relocating to, they're super keen to get involved with the local community and get to grips with some traditional rural activities. Often one of the best places to start is the village pub. So during the week, we headed to Cherrington, not for a pint, however, but to partake in a traditional game that originated in the Cotswolds and has been played here for centuries. Aunt Sally. Landlord John Hitchman has been playing for 12 years and is going to show us how it's done.
Yay! What is the aim of this game?
The aim is to, with this, to knock the doll off the stake. The player's aim with 6 sticks and he has to attempt to knock 6 dolls off.
As simple as that?
Yes, yeah, it's easy as that.
But how far away do you have to be to do that?
About 12 or 13 yards down there.
Okay, so it does require some skill.
Yes, yeah, lots of years of practice, and I've been playing for years and I can't seem to get it right. During the Civil War, the Royalists used to play the game to pass the time. It went on to fairgrounds and pubs until we are here today.
Here we are today, and it's thriving, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, we've got 3 divisions in our league. We've got a couple of teams in the pub, and yeah, we enjoy it.
What I really want to know is why it's called Aunt Sally.
Well, it was originally, the doll was originally of a little old lady, and the old lady had a pipe in her mouth, and the object of the game was not to knock the doll off, but to knock the pipe out of her mouth.
Well, it sounds simple enough. I mean, come on, how hard can it be to throw a stick?
Right, just hold the stick at the end there, okay? And in one easy motion, just back and throw.
Okay, you make that look simple, but I'm going to warn you, I have no hand-eye coordination. So watch out, everyone. Oh! Nearly knocked out the umpire. Sorry.
Well, I did warn them. Maybe Rachel will have better luck.
Come on, this one. Oh, sorry.
Perhaps not. Let's see how the Scotsman does.
Right, let's give it a go.
Yay! Oh, you did hit target.
Cheers.
I think we have a sporting hero in our midst. A new Aunt Sally team member in the making.
Now, if they move to the Cotswolds, will you let him on the team? That's what I know.
I think on that evidence, I would say definitely. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Sean.
Well, there you go. Something to get you involved in the community from the get-go. All we've got to do now is find you the right house.
Yep.
Thank
you.
Cheerio. Best of luck.
A location like this is what the Cotswolds is all about, and our mystery house is situated right here. So what makes it such a mystery, I hear you ask? Well, it's going to require Neil and Rachel to squeeze their dreams a little. Let's see if they're up for it. Anything that you're particularly expecting or dreading?
I really have no idea what the mystery house could be, because you've shown us such variety so far. So I don't think I'm dreading anything. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I really don't know what we might see, so it's exciting.
Yeah, I'm up for it as well. Let's get there as soon as you can.
Patience is a virtue, Neil, and we don't have too far to go. We're heading back into the heart of the Gloucestershire Wolds, to the hamlet of Eastington, a 40-minute drive from Swindon. Whilst Eastington is a beautiful snapshot of rolling wolds, country lanes and cottages, just 1 mile southeast is the popular medieval market town of Northleach. It's home to the full run of traditional local stores, and a few unusual ones too. The all-important pub and a medieval church nicknamed the Cathedral of the Cotswolds, due to its impressive stature.
Time for the mystery house. Intrigued?
Yeah, without a doubt.
We've brought you to a lovely field full of lots of Cotswold sheep, and just here is the house we want to show you.
Lovely house.
It's a house-looking house.
And it is a
Proper
house-looking
house-looking
house.
What do you mean by that?
It just looks a proper house. It looks, solid and nicely done. And
The property dates back to the 1840s, and the story goes that it used to be part of the Sherborne estate. But the Wills estate won this property and lots of the Sherborne land in a card game. So it's got a bit of a story to it. But that is not what makes this a mystery house. Any ideas what does?
No, I dread to think.
no, I honestly have no idea.
Dread? No need to dread.
No,
It'll be fine. But let me show you inside and it'll all become clear.
Okay, great, thanks.
This detached Cotswold stone period home certainly looks vast from the outside, and inside it's been beautifully renovated. But here's the twist. It's actually the smallest house we're viewing. So how will our downsize go down?
Here we go. And you come into the hallway. Any ideas why it's a mystery house yet?
Then it's narrower than the other houses.
Which means it's smaller.
Smaller, that's the word. Smaller.
I think that you in particular, Rachel, are going to like the decor of this property. But let's find out.
Okay.
So through here, we have the living room.
This is very nice, nicely decorated,
nice.
yeah. My
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is nice.
style.
I thought you'd like all of the wood. You've got these lovely doors.
Yeah.
And the stripped wood flooring.
Yes.
It's a great stone fireplace there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful,
It's
yeah.
not an ingle nook, granted.
nice.
But it's a fireplace,
Yeah.
nevertheless. That's a tick in the box. And the stone windows,
Which
the
you
lead
like,
line
yeah.
windows, yeah, no, beautiful.
Look at the depth of that, and then the views. Look at that. It just
The views
goes on
out
for
there,
miles and miles
unbelievable,
and
yeah,
miles.
really, really pretty.
Across the hallway is the second reception room.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, quite nice. Your kind of
Yeah, this is a
kind
nice
of colours.
room.
Yeah.
And a good-sized dining room, and obviously
Yeah,
it
it
leads on into the kitchen. But could it do for you?
I like it, definitely, but I'm not leaping up and down, or not that I've done that already, but you know, I was inside in other places.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's tackle that then. Let's go and
All
see
right,
the
yeah,
kitchen
no worries.
Okay.
and get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Okay.
It is, I think, a beautiful kitchen.
It's a lovely kitchen, very lovely. I like the work surface. I like the
Yeah.
colour scheme, lovely big range as well. No, it's a very nice kitchen. It suits the house
Yeah,
lovely.
how
It
do-
really does. I would have liked it a bit bigger, but it's still a beautiful kitchen. It's got everything that I like in it, just in a bit of a smaller scale.
Yeah.
you know.
Smaller scale in an ideal location.
Yeah, beautiful location,
Yeah,
absolutely
really
beautiful location. Every window has just got beautiful views from it, so that's a big plus, yeah.
Positive reactions all round. Let's hope that continues upstairs.
There's still a lot of light up here, even though it is, well, there's only 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's particularly small. In fact,
Yeah.
I think this is a good size.
Yeah, this is a nice room.
And I keep saying it's 2 bedrooms, but the fact is, with this property, there were 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
And the current owners took the decision, brave, I think, as it is, to get rid of one of those to create an ensuite, and that's what's round there.
Right, I see, yeah.
So now you've got 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms.
And this is a lovely room. Again, this is my style, definitely. This room is very
Yeah,
nice.
class. Yeah.
I can't promise they'll keep the curtains, but you can't really get rid of the view, can you?
No, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous view.
Really nice.
A Cotswold landscape there.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Waking up every morning to that.
it's lovely.
Beautiful.
I think you're starting to fall in love with this property a little bit. Come and have a look at the ensuite. It's very stylish.
Oh, it's beautiful, yeah, lovely. Oh, I love all this, yeah. I love these tiles. That's my favourite type of tiles, that colour
Yeah.
and that type. You know, this is a cute, sweet, lovely ensuite, this is.
Yeah.
I like the bath. So you're not a massive fan of roll-top baths, are you?
No.
But I think that's a lovely bath.
What have you got against roll-top bath?
I just don't like a bath.
He doesn't like a bath, can't
No,
you?
I'm joking.
Can't you smell?
Well, Neil needn't worry. Along the hallway is the family shower room and the second bedroom, which is also a good size. But I think it's time to take a closer look at those amazing views from the garden.
Oh, it's such a gorgeous afternoon.
It is beautiful,
Perfect for house
beautiful.
viewing and perfect for enjoying the view that you get
Yeah.
from this property. I mean, down here onto this open field.
Yeah,
It is beautiful.
The
It's
views are
so,
stunning,
so
yeah.
beautiful, yeah.
And of course, it all comes if you buy this property and just look at it from this point of view. But how much will it cost to live somewhere like this?
I think because of the views, put a lot of money, a lot of value in this house. So I think you'll be looking at maybe 625. I think.
I would say, although the views are absolutely gorgeous, I'd say because it's a bit smaller, I would probably say 565.
Oh, quite a lot lower.
Oh yeah.
OK, well, actually, you're closer. This is on the market at £615,000.
Right.
Okay.
And you can do something with this property. It has got planning permission for an extension.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
could
right, okay.
extend out the back here from that second window.
Yeah.
And come out and have a bigger kitchen or a couple of bedrooms
Yeah.
upstairs, and with, well, 85,000 left over, so to speak, from your
you could do a wee
budget.
bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You've certainly got a lot to think about now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks very
So,
much.
yeah,
Well, enjoy the afternoon sunshine, have a little wander around and start thinking.
Okay.
And we'll talk later on.
Okay,
right,
okay.
thank you.
Thanks.
Later.
Thanks a lot.
On the market at £615,000, this beautiful Cotswold stone period home is £85,000 under budget. It's been recently renovated to a high spec and includes 2 reception rooms, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a bespoke country kitchen, albeit not a huge one. However, there is planning consent in place to build a 2-storey extension, which would increase the floor print considerably, but that would obviously come at a cost. The question is this idyllic location worth the work?
Well, I think the Mystery House is lovely. It's not ticking all the boxes for me, but I can't fault how beautiful the location is. So I think the location to me is 10 out of 10, and the house is maybe 8.5 out of 10. Do you think it's big enough for us at the moment?
I know there's plan permission for a big extension, so you'd have to look at that. But as it is now, it would be quite tight, quite small. I think we'll struggle here a bit. I think the surroundings are fantastic, but I think the work that we would need to do to get this house up to the way we would want it, is in comparison to some of the other properties we've seen, because they've kind of set the benchmark. We need to spend a few quid here, I think, to get this place right.
This is why I love this show, getting to hang out at locations like this. And this could be where you live, if you pick this house. All right, let's go sit down and talk about it.
Okay.
It's decision time, and for the first time in ages, I'm finding it quite difficult to work out which of the properties our couple like the most. I mean, the thing is, with Rachel and Neil, they seem to like everything, but do they love any of our houses as much as they love each other? It's exciting times for the two of you, isn't it? We've got the impending marriage and the big move from Scotland down to the Cotswolds. And thank you very much for letting us come on the journey with you to look for a property.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Now, we started with the old courthouse. What did you think of that?
It was stunning. There's so many great features, and yeah, it was lovely.
I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I was completely taken with it, especially when we walked into the first room being the kitchen. I think that was the loveliest kitchen I've ever been in. It's just a shame that it's just too big. That's the long and the short of it, isn't it, really? It's too big.
Well, having taken you to a fairly large house, we decided to switch things up and take you to something much more traditional Cotswolds. We wanted to set you in the heart of a village and take you to a little cottage.
I really liked it.
It brought back the memories for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it felt like, you know, when kids were going down to Lake District, staying at Grands and stuff like that, and it just had that sort of feel about it. It was needing updating, but it was nothing structural, nothing major.
So yeah, no, I think that property had lots and lots and lots of potential and could be updated and just be beautiful in that village, yeah.
Well, finally, the mystery house. And with this one, I think it was really special because it's probably one of the most perfect settings I've ever seen. Wonderful views and a great property, if not a little wee.
Yeah.
So, what did you think?
I did think it was absolutely beautiful, and the setting couldn't be matched, definitely. And the house was lovely too. Yeah, they'd done a good job, but it was just a bit too small, a bit too much work.
We did show you a wide variety of houses, but have you made a decision?
I think we've made a decision that we'd like to go back to the cottage and have a look around the location a bit more, see how far the amenities are away.
Yeah, if things sort of stack up in its favour, we'll certainly take it further, I think.
Yeah.
So, we may have found you a house. Now all we have to do is get you married.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't mean that. I know, yeah, I look forward to that as well, honest.
It's been a real pleasure. I've really enjoyed showing you around the Cotswolds. A great part of the country. Can't wait to hear that you've got the keys and are moving in, and to get my invitation to the wedding. Well, the best of luck. Let us know how you get on, and send us some photos of the wedding.
And thank you very, very much for your help. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
What a brilliant result, although I really didn't see that one coming. I thought they couldn't make their minds up about anything. It turns out they just needed some time to mull it all over to realise that they were always going to fall in love with the quintessential Cotswold cottage. I'll see you next time on Escape to the Country. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.